Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Back for another collective reading. I hope everyone's fine and well. It's been raining, so I'm hoping my phone's not going to run out of charge. I've got no power because it just keeps raining and it's cloudy, and now my water pump stopped working, so I've got no water in the house either. But I do have rainwater tanks, so I'm fine. But yeah, it just doesn't want to stop raining. I noticed in my comments there's someone having to be out there shoveling snow. I've never been in snow, so I don't know what that's like to have to go out and shovel snow all the time. It's a bit like having to go out here, and mow the grass because it keeps raining and the grass just keeps getting, they got this really tall grass here. But yeah, everybody's got different things, right? Everybody's always got different things that they've got to keep on top of. So yeah, know that we're all got something, right? Everybody's got something to deal with, and we're never alone. We're all, and we're here for each other, right? Holy Spirit, Holy Ancestors, Holy Spirit goes, please give us a clear and concise message for the collective today. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. All negative energy projections will be returned to sender, dissolved in the ether or deemed ineffective, however the Holy Spirit sees fit. Now, I did have a subject, like, how with AI, everybody's finding it very difficult to know what's real and what's not, you know what I mean? Like, and I was thinking about, like, how, going back, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago now, I was sort of doing a fair bit of study on, like genetically modifications, and how, there was a lot of scientists around the world that were, toying with the ideas of genetically modifying humans, and they was like, how they splice fruit and vegetables, or animals with vegetables, and all sorts of weird shit like that for different reasons. They spliced the genetics, the DNA together. This is it's very ancient knowledge, right? But it was going on there for a while, and there was a lot of things that we've seen on Facebook and whatever, on the social medias about that. But now we don't see that, but we're seeing all these like weird videos with, like, this is where I'm questioning like some of the weird videos with strange sort of creatures and stuff like that, because way back then, going back, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago or something, and, there was like weird animals and that getting washed up on the shore, and, like they look like some sort of abomination, of people experimenting with animals, and they well, not just animals, people, genetics, experimenting with genetics, and now that we've got, and that was a real thing, like, what was the story? I was studying at the time, and so I came up, there was, like I was, referencing a lot of, science journals and things like that, so, it's a real thing. And so this is where the thing is that all that information has disappeared. And now we've got like AI and people, making all sorts of weird videos and shit. But some of it's real, because of this, these were things that were happening before all this AI technology was put in place. And I believe that, a lot of this AI technology says that we can, create whatever we want and weird stuff and that. And very, very realistic, and being able to manipulate people to look like they're doing things that they're not really doing and stuff like that. So, like, we really, really have to be using our discernment here and really looking at these things that we're looking at, because now we're being desensitized again. I'll say again because it's you know, we get desensitized to all different things for different reasons in order to accept them, you know what I mean? So we accept them, we go, oh yeah, well, that's not real. So we don't know what's real and what isn't, because there is some real shit going on out there. So we have to, like, if we've got something in front of us, in the reality, in our world, you know, believe it. It's, you know, there's also like projections, you know, people talking about like hologram projections on what we see in the sky and what is around us. You know, we've got to really use our discernment, because the technology is pretty out there, you know. So yeah, so I'll do a reading and we'll see if anything about this comes up in the reading. I don't know whether it will, but we'll ask Spirit to enlighten us maybe on our discernment. You know, I mean, we know we've got to, because sometimes we could be right in the middle of a dangerous situation and we don't get out of that because we don't think it's real, you know? Like we stand there and go, is this really happening, you know? And so our you know, fight or flight senses, our intuition is being compromised. And, you know, like, and with, you know, like radio technology and the projections from frequencies, you know, you've got to use your discernment there as well as to what you're using online with frequencies, what you're watching online, and frequencies that have been like projected in our atmosphere is affecting people as well. And it is, you know, like, because we're being told all the time, or we're being told to not use our intuition, because, so this is another thing that's coming up, is people, you know, like, things are coming up online saying, you know, don't use your intuition because, you know, what you know, I mean, religious people have been saying that forever, you know, like, don't use your intuition because you don't know what you can trust, but you can, right? Like, if you're trusting in God, you're talking to God, right, or the higher, you know, the higher source, right? You know when something is demonic, right? Like, you know when something is for you or not. You know, like we've been born with a knowing of what is right and what is wrong. You know, like and so we're not to follow the hype, the crowd, because the hype and the crowd are generally following this. It is like the fight or flight intuition to run with the herd. Do you know what I mean? It's instinct to run with the herd, but we're being told to just stop, you know, and use the discernment, think, and don't just run with the herd. We've got to breathe, be calm, and, you know, think logically as to whatever situation before taking action to anything, okay? Well, anyway, this is the message. So let's see what comes out here. I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny card. I might do a couple of words first. Again, you know, like that number 14 kept coming up, but I don't know what that means. So if somebody in the collective knows what that is, let me know. It's significant for somebody. Health. Wow. Shit, look what come out straight away. Help. We got angels. Help from the angels is here. From domination. Okay, somebody's solar plexus might be attacked. Sit on it. And look, number 13 is here. There's an actor, a performer. So this is the thing, right? And the performance. Everything's like a performance, you know, like... Going back to, you know, like when... well, I was studying the Agenda 21 the sustainability, it's what is it, the sustainable, Agenda 21, it was all focused on sustainability. I mean, that's still a thing, but that's going by the wayside now. And it was then, because it wasn't about the sustainability of the planet and resources, it was about the sustainability of the economics. Right? Now let me just get a copy. Yeah, and in that Agenda 21, well, we've shifted to Agenda 30 now, but, you know, all that's changed. But now it seems to be even worse. Because that was still sort of like in the reality realms, you know what I mean? But now everything's like, got very, very, very confusing as to what is real and what is not. But and it does say in the scripture, doesn't it? You know, like to be very vigilant because of the confusions that are going to be, you know, projected towards us. Solar plexus. Okay, so the solar plexus. That's how like core, isn't it? Like that's like our core cells. Cells. I was going to say cells. Our core cells. I think that's the thing. You know, and there's our creativity, our life force, our inner sun. You know, like you know what I mean? It's like our central. It's the center of our nervous system, isn't it? It's the central nervous system, like central heating. And I was getting really hot this morning, and I had to go and take my longs off and my boots and my. I've been out already. Out. We've got a baby in reverse. Oh shit. And mouth. Mouth. Death magic. Baby. Root chakra. The baby is in reverse, so we've got the root chakra and the solar plexus here. We've got a baby in reverse with death magic. Now something with mouth could be like something orally, this could be to do with something that people are ingesting through the mouth, is affecting the solar plexus and root chakra, and it is a death magic. And I'm getting for sterilization here, sterilization. a micro level, somebody could be using their mouth, wishing death on somebody because of the loss of a baby. Angels are dominant here. It's got domination. Somebody's help is here. The angels are here. We've got from domination that we've got. Now let's get into this. Somebody wanted to dominate somebody's root chakra. But we had help from the angels. I'm happy that they are here, right? Because this doesn't look good. Somebody could be, somebody here could be, like there could be problems with digestion as well, stomach problems. There could be issues with people, like with their menstrual cycles and whatnot, and becoming there's various ways that sterilization is being promoted. Or not so much promoted, but projected in death magic. We got, because like I was, with the Agenda 21, and it was referencing the unfortunate truth, and like overpopulation, and strategies for saving the planet, but it wasn't. It was a manipulation. It wasn't what it was really about. I think this is again. There's so much out there that is being projected towards us to make us forget what the actual agenda is. So many distractions with things, so that we forget what's really going on. And there is definitely a move towards sterilisation, but who gets to decide who lives and who doesn't, right? We have some success here with health. I like to see that there's success, as long as it's the right kind of success. Running out there chasing people. I better go and just a minute, I'll just pause for a moment. Now I kind of lost where I was up to. Sorry about that. So we have help, so we have success and help. So clarify the angels, please, here, Spirit. Okay, so we've got some success. I hope that's not success in actually. No, the help. This is coming into help, right? Angels, holy angels, because we've got demonic angels too, right? Remember the fallen angels? We don't want to confuse them. Let's not confuse ourselves with. See how everything's so confusing, right? Like, there's all these distractions put into place so that we forget. And distractions. Clarify angels, please, Spirit. Come on, please give us a clear and concise message. Please give us a clear and concise message, because we don't want to confuse anyone anymore, please, Holy Spirit. We're trying to clear the confusions. And not make more confusion, right? Well, it tells us in the Bible, right? Like, that there will be all these big confusions, and what does it say? You know, like when Jesus returned, that you will, you know, it doesn't matter where you are, you will, you know, you'll see it. And this is interesting because I've seen I know somebody posted on Facebook about, you know, how we will see our God, doesn't matter who the God is, like say if you're Buddhist or, you know, like you're Christian or you're Islamic or whatever, the belief system that you follow, that particular God or deity will be what you see in the sky, because in the Bible, how it says how we will see the return of Jesus. It doesn't matter what part of the planet we're on, we will see it, right? So how do we interpret that? So this person that was posting, or people posting about how everyone will see whoever they believe in the sky, and not to believe it because it's a hologram. So more confusion again, right? So and you will see because you will see whatever part of the country or where the main belief. It doesn't matter which one it is. It'll be in the sky in front of you, and that's where you'll see it. So, and this person was saying, "Don't believe it. It's a hologram." Well, yeah, most likely, I would say, because I do believe that the return of Christ consciousness is through the 144, right? And they're global. New beginnings, success and new beginnings. So it is happening. This is going to be solar plexus energy as well with that sun energy. The sun, right? The Son of God. Solar plexus energy. That's within us, right? The sun is within us. The solar plexus. But there's death magic here that has been projected through the mouth towards the solar plexus. Domination, solar plexus domination. The sun inside us, wanting to dominate those chakras. Pleasure. New beginnings and pleasure. Pleasure domination. Abundance. So this is looking like this is a good, because it's saying like the angels are here to help. This is like this reading, the way this is coming out, is almost like focus on the new beginnings, what we want and not what we don't want, because everyone's being directed towards the negative. What should we be worrying about? What should we be fearing? This reading's telling me that we need to be focused on, like the beauty of things, the good things, the success, the new beginning, the pleasure, And I just seen that abundance card there. Solar plexus and root chakra, domination. But somebody, yeah, of course, that's what they're attacking. That's what's been attacked with this death magic here, with the mouth, the baby in reverse. It's not fertile. It's not even necessarily the baby, but it is at the same time. But the death magic is being projected through the mouth. So what's been spoken out, what is being projected through the channels, through the social medias, all that, it's creating a death magic, an ending magic, the never-ending story, you know, the nothingness. Doctor Who touched on it too, you know, like the big nothing was coming, the death magic, the speaking out of the baby in reverse. So that's, the death magic is the speaking into existence, the endings of things, speaking into existence, the death of things, which is the nothingness, right? But what we've got to focus on, this is coming out nice and clear now, thank you, Holy Spirit, because it started off very, you know, like I was caught in the confusion of how to, of reading this reading, but now Spirit's coming through clear and making me clear here with these cards here, saying the help of the angels is here, there is success, there's new beginnings, there is pleasure. So we need to be focused on the abundance and visualize the beauty in the world, because we want to hold on to that, right? Now that sounds like I'm not letting go, right? But what I mean is, like, we want to be focused on the beauty of God's creations, okay? Because that is life. We want to speak life into existence, and we're being counteracted through all the social media. See how powerful that is. And this is why we've got to be that counteract, right? Because the mainstream are projecting so much death magic, which is the nothingness, the unfertile ground. You know what I mean? The baby's in reverse. It's like, oh, my throat's been trying to tell me to shut up, right? The death magic is spoken through the mouth, the same as life is spoken through the mouth. God spoke life into existence. He spoke into the silence, right? We need to go into ourselves, we need to go into our silence and speak life into existence, and don't get caught up in what's been projected on social medias and, you know, videos and all that, with all this death and destruction and negativity, because we don't want to be, because if we're watching that, that's what we're implanting in our subconscious, is to what is, right? Because what we plant into our subconscious as a whole is what we are going to receive. So we have to go into ourselves and meditate on life. Just pure, simple life. Fertility. You know, draw pictures of fertility symbols and things like that, you know what I mean? Because that's life. Flowers and, you know, like sacred geometry is life. Yeah. The patterns, right? The natural law of sacred geometry, the natural law is the balance of things. Like in sacred geometry, you can see the patterns of things, you know what I mean? And so the frequency, the Schumann resonance is should be heard and shared. See, we've been programmed to separate ourselves from nature, and that's where we, you know, so we need to get grounded. You know, like everyone needs to get grounded, get their feet on the ground to actually really touch base with Schumann resonance, which is the earth resonance. Hearing, like listening to the rain and, like feeling the environment, being in it, you know what I mean? Rather than distracting ourselves from feeling and being connected to the universe, the planet, the frequency from the universe. Alright, this is really, really important, right? For us to start our new beginning. We have to stop speaking death magic, because that's what we're doing when we're engaging in darkness. Because people are generally very ghoulish, right? They like to focus on negative things and all the dark things happening around us. But that's how it perpetuates more of it, is by focusing on it all the time. It is unfertile. So we've got to pull ourselves away from it. Like things are being dealt with that need to be dealt with. Like people being exposed. That has to happen, right? People being exposed for some atrocious things. And that does need to come to light, and it is. But we don't want to get caught up in it in the social media when we and it's almost like it's almost a contradiction, because it's like putting the rose-coloured glasses back on, right? It's like, yes, we see it all. We don't want to be deceived, right? So we have to use our own discernment with everything. But we don't want to sit in it. We don't want to stay in it. We've got to see it, deal with it, and let it go, so that we're not sitting in this and creating more of it. You know what I mean? With this, and that's because that's speaking death and darkness and infertility. On our ground. So we need to put, I'm not saying we need to put the rose-coloured glasses off and put the blinkers on and not see what's going on. It is more seeing what is real in front of you and being in the now and being where you are, not where all these other things are going on in the world. It's not something that we should be focusing on in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day, we need to be present. Be present in the now, not in the past, not in the future, being in the present, in the now, in the moment. This doesn't mean to say that you don't, like study and be aware of the past and, prepare for the future. I don't mean that. I just mean like for the majority of the day, we stay in the present in what we've got going on, and to be focusing on life, like what is our life going to be, because that's how we're going to manifest that life. And we want to be happy, you know what I mean? We want to be in a good state of being. We want to be in a high vibration. We want to be able to be in bliss, If you've ever felt pure bliss in energy, like it is just blissful. Bliss is, you don't want to go back to all this domination and death and darkness, you know what I mean? You don't want to sit in that. I don't know whether, I did speak about an experience I had at this gorges. So you see, this is where you can pick up these frequencies of bliss, is in nature, right? Going into nature, going into the water, waterfalls, all those beautiful places that have, got butterflies and grubs and things. You know, real nature, you know, getting out there and being in it is where you will find the bliss. You won't find it in the artificial world. The artificial world is in the cities, it's full of concrete, you know, you can't touch and feel the real earth. You don't get the mud squishing up between your toes and all that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? You've got to really feel it, you've got to be out there. And, you know, like for centuries we have been programmed to be separated from nature, and this is, but you see, when we're close to nature, we're closer to God, right? Because it's God's creations, not man's creations, you understand? Yeah. We've got a unicorn at the back of the deck. Gateway, there's the gateway. The gateway to bliss. Oh, I've got them round the wrong way. I think Spirit wants me to take that card. The gateway, right, and then the love wanted to come out. The gateway of love. See all the flowers, the sacred geometry is in the flowers, it's in nature, right? I'm feeling the bliss. Yeah, having gratitude for what? Having gratitude, you know, like, it's like, yeah, okay, I've got all this, I could be complaining that I've got no power, you know what I mean, because it's cloudy and it's rainy and, you know, I can't do this and can't do that, but it's not, it's like, I'm actually I have gratitude for it. It's going to fill the water tanks, and it's going to, and it gives me a rest, right? It gives me a rest. I don't have to go out there and do all this work because the Holy Spirit is providing me with a break. But the sacrifice is not having power. But I don't care, right? I don't need it. Yeah, just being able to sit and hear the rain and the water dripping, you know, in the puddles and stuff like that. That, to me, that's bliss. One more, please, Spirit. Because this is the other thing too, you know, with all this negativity and all this focus. Somebody's in the snow. Somebody was speaking in the comments how they were out having to shovel snow. I don't know what it feels like. And I'm seeing this person feeling the snow. It looks very beautiful, but we can always romanticize, right? And sometimes we can romanticize the beauty. But it is, we've got to be grateful. Everything happens for a reason. Like I said, you know, it provides us with the time to be able to go within and be quiet and be still. You know, like if you can't get out, if you get snowed into places, I don't know how it is, but you know, in those situations. But it's like here, like we get flooded in, you know, with all the rain. But it gives us time to be still and, you know, just be in it, right? I don't know what it's like in the cold, like, because I'm pretty blessed here because it's not cold at all. It's never cold. It's, you know, it's rainy and that, but it doesn't get cold because we're in the tropics, right? I love that because I'm not big on the cold. I was from the south. I was down from, you know, WA, and it was when the winter time came, it was like I was almost in dread, you know what I mean? I could really feel the cold. So I don't envy that, but people adapt, right? We all adapt. But when I came up here, people were saying to me, oh, you won't be able to handle the heat, you know, like it's too hot. But yeah, no, I feel quite comfortable in the heat here. It hasn't really been that hot, really. Well, not to me. Success. Let's clarify the success. I'm feeling very positive. I mean, these cards are just showing, and it is saying here, right? We've got success, and we've got new beginnings, we've got pleasure, and the gateway to love. Pleasure is the gateway to love. And then it says focus. Focus on that. So somebody needs to do solar plexus and root chakra work. So eating yellow and red foods, and there could be some cord cuttings that need to happen here. Yeah, maybe even a fasting, and just having fruit. There's something that needs to clear the solar plexus to the root chakra. So the sacral is in between the two, right? So all that lower chakras need some work. Focus. Because this is where love and money resides too, you know, creativity. Love, money, creativity. Well, love and money comes through creativity, right? So we've got focus, the gateway to love. So somebody's at the threshold. Somebody could be knocking at someone's gate, like literally. Somebody got some love coming in. But yeah, the new beginning is bringing pleasure. Somebody's stepping through a gateway, like it's like somebody, or somebody's, it's like the solar plexus being the gateway, right? You know, like the clearing of the stomach area. The cord, it's like the umbilical cord to the universe, right? Yeah. The umbilical cord to life, to God, to the universe. It's like a gateway to love. Focus, focus. Okay, let's clarify the success. Clarify this. Let's see. I've already been here 43 minutes and I haven't even really got a reading out. Success. The devil is in reverse. Yes. The angels have been here working on it. And this is showing me a lot of red and orange, so that's root chakra and sacral chakra energy, success, and we've got like the coven, the third party, the coven, somebody could have been overindulging here. There's knowledge here, the King of Pentacles is here. Somebody's got some sort of knowledge about a King of Pentacles. A King of Pentacles could be a third party of some sort. We have success. The devil is in reverse. So somebody may have cleared, like clearing, it's like clearing the gateway, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root chakra, clearing the devil. It could have been some sort of addictions or some sort of overindulgence. Somebody has cleared, somebody's got some help, and the angels are here, so they've got some help from the angels. some angels. Somebody might be, somebody may have got some help here. Somebody might be in some sort of group therapy or something. Because I'm seeing it, I'm seeing like a group of people coming together. They may have all, this is positive. They're getting help, success in help. There's a group of people that have come together, and they may be, like quite often this is like partying and that, like people getting and overindulging together. But this is giving me quite the opposite. It's like they're not overindulging. They're sharing. Maybe their help. Like it's like a group of, like a help group, like people coming together maybe to help each other to dissolve their addictions of some sort. And so they're eating and drinking together, but not in a bad way. This is like a healing way. Yeah. This is the new beginnings here. The angels are here. And it's clearing those lowest sacral energies. Chakras, I'm trying to say. Somebody's coming out of hermit. Coming out of the dark. It's like, coming out of the hermit is like, coming out of denial. Somebody's coming out of denial and they've got a new beginning. And the angels are here helping. This is good. This is good. Hermit in reverse. Somebody's clearing some sort of addiction. So if somebody's going through a healing process, well done. No longer juggling. Yeah. That's what I'm getting, like there's a big release here. There's a big, somebody's relieved. It's like somebody has just let go of a big burden, there's been a big release here. Now this could be like, this is more than one person here. This is like on a mass scale. Death. Yeah. Death and transformation, right? This is a rebirth. Yep, somebody could have been very wounded in past partnerships. Yeah, because this is something to do with somebody's lower chakras, and they could have been. They could have created blockages for somebody, and it's made like somebody sterile. I hate to say that, but whatever somebody was blocked. So I don't know whether that. I mean, anything's possible, right? Like we believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. So somebody's womb could be affected, or reproductive organs. So somebody might not be able to have children because of something that they were doing. Yeah, no children. I'm sorry to hear that. Children are, my life changed when I had children. But we do believe in miracles, so, So somebody's in some sort of, therapy group or something. Clarify the Three of Cups, please, Spirit. Tower. Yeah, this is the coming undone of somebody's addiction or something. Devil energy. We've got a King of Cups here. King of Cups showing themselves, somebody didn't get a victory of some sort. Clarify the pleasure. Yeah, somebody's got their guard down. To pleasure? Oh. What is this? Untempered. So somebody might have had an actual sex addiction. Untempered, guard down, you know, like just going for it. Okay, so no judgment here, but somebody was overindulging. Okay. And they may have caused something to then prevent them from having children, or they lost their children or something. Temperance, clarify temperance. Injustice. Temperance is in reverse. Untempered, guard down. It was an injustice. What is the injustice? A King of Cups. Okay. Alright. Somebody's coming out with so somebody might be talking about you know, like something that's happened in their past. In seeking pleasure, but there was an injustice here. And somehow it is either caused a loss of a child. Oh, this is like somebody losing their childhood, you know. So somebody's speaking out and they're no longer juggling or hiding. They're bringing an end to some childhood trauma. This is why people have addictions in the first place, right? So somebody could be speaking about their injustice here. But you know, like how people feel a lot of guilt when they're, say if somebody's been abused, right? Somebody's been sexually abused because somebody's had their guard down here, right? And they feel like a whole lot of guilt when they actually get pleasure from the abuse. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it creates a lot of guilt for somebody being abused, and then they carry that within themselves, even though, you know, like that's kind of like a you know, like somebody's being abused, right? Like this is somebody losing their childhood, right? Their innocence, losing their innocence, and they're being abused, but they may, you know, like orgasm or something like that. So they receive some sort of pleasure, but it is in a situation of abuse. And so they feel guilt, you know, but this is an injustice. This is not, you know, this is like a natural, it's something that people need to let go of. My right ear's just ringing, going off. So somebody may have been carrying a lot of guilt because of that. So they've got to let go of the guilt, right? of being dominated. Somebody received pleasure from being dominated. And it's like a shame, yeah. Somebody was ashamed of receiving pleasure from being dominated. Yeah, so, somebody needs to let go of that guilt because that's restricted them. And this is what's caused them to become, become inundated with addictions, because they're trying to suppress that. They're trying to suppress their feelings. But somebody's got some sort of success here, moving forward. They're releasing that, and here we have the gateway to love. The gateway to love. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So somebody is moving from this, away from this. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Somebody's coming to terms with, their natural feelings, not to suppress their feelings, but to actually, look at them and deal with them. It doesn't mean this person's a bad person. Alright? So we've got, wow, this looks alright. So somebody's got a Knight of Pentacles. It's coming out with the Ace of Cups, right? So the gateway here is open for love. Somebody's open to love because they have released their burden, their guilt and fear, right? Knight of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So this could have been like, somebody... This could be like the past. This is the gateway to love and giving. To the past. Or family. It's in reverse. It's like somebody wants to give back or something. Gateway. And we have the Victory, because when we have the Success card here as well, and now we've got the Victory with the Six of Wands, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a family. This could have been more, somebody may have been estranged from their family. But now we have a star. We have a star and the Ten of Pentacles. This looks good, right? With the Six of Wands. This is the gateway for someone. And it's because they've released their guilt and fear. And this is opening up love to this person. The King of Wands is in the upright. Right? This is somebody who's coming into their power. Clarify the love, please, Spirit. Oh, there he is again. The love, we have a King of Wands. So we have a King of Wands here that is in love, or they want love, they want to give love. They've come to terms with themselves, and we've got a Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Oh, and there's the Emperor. Queen of Swords and an Emperor. What's this one here? Yeah, somebody's seen the sun, seen the light. Sunshine. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody is not about the money, they're about the love. Yeah, there's no burdens. Somebody's definitely released their burdens and they want to open themselves up to love. So they're healing their solar plexus and their root chakra. King of Wands. Oof. What is this? Okay, so somebody was overindulging. So we have the Queen of Swords again, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody may not have given to somebody, and an Emperor and the Five of Swords. Let me look at this. So somebody might have sabotaged something because somebody never gave to them. Like the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody never... And so somebody sabotaged a love here because somebody never gave them something material. Money. So they sabotage their love. Right? They were overindulging. But see, this is... right. Because somebody was addicted to something. Right? So somebody's refused with the Ace of Pentacles here, and they could have refused an Emperor, and they felt like they felt sabotaged, or they sabotaged a situation. Strength. Be a Leo here. What is the Strength card with the Five of Swords? Strength card and the Five of Swords. The Gateway. The Knight of Cups. Strength, no love. So somebody felt like somebody didn't love them because they didn't give them something. No burden, because somebody didn't want a burden. You know how it is when people have addictions. So somebody might have sabotaged their Emperor position in love. Or somebody sabotaged their love in, I don't know. But somebody didn't want a burden of some sort, right? Somebody needed to go and heal, right? They did, they had to go and heal. So this is coming out with the love here, that somebody never... I mean, this person's realised they sabotaged their love. And they never gave because they felt they had to be on top. They had to be the one on top. Somebody never gave to a situation because they felt like they had to be on top or had to dominate someone. Yeah. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the Queen of Swords, please, Phil. Clarify this. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The High Priestess. Not heartbroken. High Priestess made a judgment. Truth and walked away. Somebody's seen that somebody was just after, you know, or somebody thought that somebody was just after the money, and so they walked away and moved to calmer waters. But this was the truth, right? They made a judgment because this is the high priestess. Made a judgment in love and seen that somebody was just there for the money, right? That was the truth. And so somebody sabotaged. So clarify the Emperor with the Five of Swords, please, Spirit. The Emperor with the Five of Swords. Clarify this. The Emperor with the Five of Swords. Yeah, they're in regret. They know what they were doing. They know that they were using... Yeah, so somebody was using, like, love bombing or something, like, just to get money. Using their charm, right? But now they know that they've sabotaged themselves. Oh, look, I don't mean to laugh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they wounded themselves because they were trying to be strong. They thought they were. And overpower someone here. But this is a high priestess. She can see through the shit, right? Knight of Cups in reverse. Clarify this with the strength. Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse, so now they've... Queen of Wands. So somebody was, yeah, so somebody, yeah, never... Yeah, the Queen of Wands could see through this, basically. Yeah, they're no fool, right? So they never took the offer. Or, you know, like, they never, you know, fell for the... I heard love triangle. There's a love triangle here. Yeah, somebody's in the hangman position, so now somebody's stuck because of what they wanted. What they put out there is what you receive, right? Clarify the focus. Yeah, but something's not over. So this could be what somebody's talking about with this group, right? Four of Swords. Yeah, somebody didn't work. Yeah, so they were trying to deceive somebody, but it didn't work. And this could be what they're talking about. And so they're stuck. There's no movement here. Yeah, no movement. Something stationary. Something didn't work. They're not moving. Chariot in reverse. With this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. With the Four of Swords in reverse. Can we clarify the Chariot in reverse, please, Spirit? Oh. So they sabotage their love. Yeah. So somebody got quite venomous. Oh, they're stuck. They're stuck with no love and a lot of swords stuck in them. This is what they're focused on. So now they're focused on death, mouth, infertility. This is where the death magic's coming from. Ugh. So somebody was focused on love. Somebody was a pleasure seeker. It was an injustice, untempered, yeah. pleasure seeker. They were trying to use love to love bomb someone, to get money, but, you know, the collective, too smart for this, High Priestess, Queen of Swords, was no fool here, so they didn't take the cup, they didn't take the bait, and then somebody here wanted to sabotage somebody's work, possibly, focused on their root chakra and solar plexus. So they focused on somebody's fertility, using death magic with the mouth, somebody's love prospects, somebody's ability to manifest. So yeah, somebody's focused on somebody's solar plexus and their root chakra, I mean their love and their money. The solar plexus is the money as well. So they focused on sabotaging somebody's love and work. Sticking needles in it. Oh gosh, has somebody got like somebody doing like voodoo or something? Somebody got yeah. They're using their mouth, speaking things into existence. Here's the truth, Spirit said. This person sabotaging someone. Yeah, move to calmer waters. So somebody's saying, get away from this person. Well, this is somebody that the collective moved away from, or somebody's moving away from a group because of their desire with the Ten of Cups. Walk away. You have the knowledge. You know, right, where the burden is. You know what the burden is. This is where the death magic's coming from. Somebody's affecting somebody's love and money, and this is why, because somebody didn't give to this person. This person sabotaged their position. 10 of Swords, the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, because this person was supposed to be an emperor, but they sabotaged that position. Yeah. Because of. And, yeah. Love and the Ten of Swords clarify. Oh, that's a lot. That's too much. Can we just have burden? Somebody's burden. So they have Ten of Swords themselves. Yep, investment. They're not sad. Somebody's focused on their investment. They're not sad. Somebody's not communicating. Somebody's bundled something up inside themselves again. Somebody is not a leader. We've got the leadership here in reverse because they have not forgiven something. They don't have the power. So somebody's still bundled some stuff inside themselves, and this is giving me these wands that are not, like being communicated. This is somebody holding stuff inside themselves. They're still holding on to information. They're still holding into, they're still not communicating what they need to communicate. They're holding shit inside themselves. They're focusing on somebody focusing on their investment. Wow, that's loud. Crickets. Crickets. We're hearing crickets because somebody's not communicating. Somebody's focusing on their investment, right? Their nest. And somebody's not sad by somebody not communicating. So this is the collective, just like, oh well, you know, oh well, I'll just move on, right? Some, you know, like, and I feel like this person's, yeah, like angry, like that's what they've got angry about. And so they're spitting chips, spitting swords, projecting. Return to sender all negative energy projections, please, Holy Spirit. Yep, they're under judgment. Queen of Pentacles is here. There was a deception that somebody was doing magic. It's been exposed, right? Somebody's got the knowledge. Somebody knows, right? Somebody might have been left out in the cold, or they're not left out in the cold. Somebody's not left out in the cold. This is, so whatever somebody is projecting towards somebody, this is death magic by the mouth, this infertility energy that somebody's projecting towards somebody's solar plexus and their root chakra, meaning their money and their love, it isn't working. This person was trying to dominate somebody's ability to work, make money, and their love prospects, because somebody didn't want to feed somebody's addictions. Okay? This person's seeing this as an injustice because they just wanted to take. Well, let's see what's happening moving forward, Spirit. Like, moving forward for the collective, can we just see where this is going? So we'll ask, well, what's happening for this other person, this person first? What's happening for this person then, Spirit? What is going on for this person? Are they getting over it or what? Or they're just going to carry a big bundle of shit around with them for the rest of their lives? No, there's good news here. There is good news here. What is this good news for you, Spirit? What is this good news? There is a love. Somebody's not grieving a love. Somebody's not grieving. So somebody might be moving forward. So we've got focus, and we did have somebody moving into a gateway of love. So, I don't know, like, clarify their success in love, please, Spirit. A rich girl. So somebody's becoming a rich girl collective. Okay, what's the good news? Tell us the good news. Someone's up high on her. The grief in reverse. Somebody flipped the script. The grief is in reverse. Somebody is not grieving. Clarify the grief in reverse. Someone's not going to jail. So somebody's not trapped. Somebody's up high on her. They're not trapped. Success in love. The journey is ended. Long road. So something short, so there might be some sort of success in love happening soon, because there's a long road is in reverse, so it's a short road, right? A short time. A short time, success in love. Rich girl, clarify. A journey and no occupation. There's no occupation here. The journey, no occupation. Maybe somebody is not going to have to work again. Well, this is what somebody's thinking. We have a male, female, a military person, and an ending. So there is an ending of occupation. I just say that somebody was trying to end somebody's work prospect. Male, female, and then we have official or an officer of some sort. A journey has ended in some sort of occupation of a male, female, either becoming a military person or becoming official, because we've got high honour here. There's good news and there's a lot of money. What is this? Unexpected. A good lady. A rich man. What's happening, collective? Main male isn't, it's not the person that somebody thinks it is. Somebody's coming towards, so whatever has been keeping somebody busy, right, on this journey is now coming to an end. Some sort of occupation that the collective may be doing, right, is coming to an end, or somebody wanted to stop that. But this is coming out with good news and high honour, as somebody's not going to be trapped. There's no grief, there's no trapping, right? It's short term, so what's coming in soon, in a short amount of time, is success in love or some sort of partnership, right? The journey has ended for a rich girl in some sort of occupation. So somebody's occupation is ending, right? This is a main female, so collective, right? And what is this military person? A military person, so it's something to do with this official person, and there could be some sort of official person with this high honour. Somebody's becoming an official person. What is this military person? Is bringing sad news, but this is good news. Sad news, but good news. This is so contradictory. Well, this is sad news for an official person. What is the sad news? What is the sad news? Court and luck. A judgment from the police. It's sad news that somebody has got big luck. So for this police officer in the court or something, we do have prison here in reverse. It's bad news for them. And big luck for a male and female. Because they've got high honour. Good news and high honour here. Success. Soon, a rich girl may not have to even work again. It might be, wow. Is that sad news for, this is sad news for the court or the police or, you know, whoever this military person is, right? Sad news for them. Big luck for the collective. Big luck, clarify the big luck, clarify the big luck. Unexpected new beginning. An unexpected new beginning. Unexpected child. This is like a rebirth, right? An unexpected rebirth. Somebody is unexpected, a rebirth. But this is bad news for the official and the court. I don't know what that is. There's a marriage. So we've got the success in love and we've got a marriage. So a meeting. So this is somebody you may have met before. Change, a change. The Chariot is in the upright. Change and thief. Changed a thief. A legal matter has changed a thief. And we do have, see, we've got prison in reverse. Meeting, marriage. Somebody that somebody, yeah, because like I said, somebody was going through some sort of healing here. So I don't know. Okay. So anyway, this looks like good news for the collective. I don't know about this person. Somebody that you already know is healing something. Because we've got the gateway to love is the focus. So somebody might have been back and forth in their mind and they just need to, this could be collective, right? Back and forward in the mind about this situation. Because if somebody's like, you know, back and forth trying to love bomb and that sort of shit, like no one wants to be doing that shit, right? I don't know if this person's healed and there's someone else coming into the scene that this could well be it. Somebody sabotaged their position and now somebody else is coming along, but it might be somebody that you already know, right? I don't know, so take it as a resonance. Let me just clarify this Lovers in reverse again. The Chariot in reverse. Lovers in reverse. His thoughts, it's ended. A gift has. His thoughts, lovers in reverse. A gift. Somebody doesn't love a gift. Clarify the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, please. It's over. This is like somebody sabotaging a gift. A child. Did I not say death magic by the mouth, the baby in reverse? Somebody did death magic on a child? Or someone's pregnancy? A gift, see, a gift is over. The love is over with this death. The gift. His thoughts is the gift is over. And the gift, because at the beginning we've got death magic by mouth, speaking something into existence, was the baby in reverse. Or that can be the new beginning, right? So somebody sabotaged a new beginning. They're burdened by it. There we go, the time. The death. Clarify the death, please, Spirit. A legal matter has ended. Whatever that is for someone, I don't know. Because somebody was working to block somebody's root chakra and their solar plexus, which is your working, right, your money. The investment. Blockage. Eight of Wands, that's what that is. The blockage. Eight of Wands. Clarify the Eight of Wands. So somebody could have gone to the Eight of Wands, the marriage. Somebody blocked a marriage. Legally? So somebody might have gone for a divorce to end a marriage, to make something legal. What is the investment? A lot of money. Somebody legally tried to block somebody's main female. I did say it was bad news for the official, the military person or the person in the court, right? It was bad news for them because there was sad news and the main female is the one that's got the big luck, not this person that was trying to block their energy, their root chakra, their solar plexus, their love and their work. Yeah. Collective, you are not going to be grieved. You're just going to get on with it. A lot of money. So somebody else ended their own gifts. We've got big luck and occupation in reverse. So the ending of an occupation is actually the big luck. No grief. There's no grief in losing this occupation. And this is like somebody caused somebody to lose their work, but this is like the collective have alchemized and they weren't grieved by it, and it turned into big luck. This is alchemy. And this person's scratching their head. This is so this is to do with some sort of divorce. This could have been a divorce, you know. Yeah. So the ending of a legal matter with a marriage. So this is the ending of a legal matter with a marriage. It's done. And the collective are coming out on top. So congratulations. So all you need to worry about is that you have a victory and you're a star with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. There's the gateway. Somebody did become very bitter. Yeah. Yeah, this person got somebody when they were down, you know what I mean? Like, this is like married somebody from... Somebody could have married actually for money. This is like the love. Yeah. Unexpected money, collective. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Maybe I'll just throw a couple of zodiacs on it to see who's involved here. So who's here, Spirit? Who is involved in this? Somebody that travelled. Somebody's husband. Yeah, so this is a husband that travelled to do something. Or it could be a husband that, you know, might have... travelled for work or something, alright? Zodiacs, please, Spirit, what do we got? Somebody, family, right? This is a family situation. An Aquarius and an in-law. We have an Aquarius, we have an in-law that's got a message. So an in-law has got a message about something, who could be an Aquarius. It could be a Leo involved, society, so this could be a whole society involved. Somebody's auntie and a church. Is there anyone else here? Someone's friend. Could be somebody's friend in a church. It could have been this group over here at work. Somebody's work. Pisces, a love interest, a niece, and a Cancer. The coven is in reverse, so this is the end of a coven. This is the end of a coven doing death magic on somebody's fertility. Fertility being creativity, work, you know what I mean? Love, all those things. Basically targeting somebody's solar plexus and root chakra. Love and money, right? And everything in between. so I'll leave it there, and I will see you in the next one. So this is actually good news because the flow is going to start flowing for the collective with love. Love and money is going to start flowing again for the collective. And this coven, so this was even, this was more than just somebody's husband, this was a whole group of people here. Right? Oh, well, there they were, right? But they're ended, so that was the success is that the devil is, energy is over with the tower, you know? This was the group, this was the coven that were trying to block somebody's money and love. Sabotaging. There was an Empress in reverse. Domination, trying to dominate someone. But it's all done. So let's focus on love, collective. Let's focus on creativity. What do you love to create? All right, that's what we want to focus on. Remember the story from the beginning was not to be clouded in negativity and those negative energy projections, because it was there. It's all there to stop people from being fertile. All the negative projections, it's death magic to stop people from being creative, because it's like that give up energy, you know, like if you feel like there's no hope in doing anything, like you give up, right? You give up on your passions, you give up on your will to keep trying, you know, or keep going. And that affects creativity. It creates the blockage, because if somebody can project that much negative energy onto you, that, you know, like saying that whatever you got going on is a waste of time because everything's gonna just fall to bits anyway. So what are you doing it for? You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing, and that's what blocks the creativity. So, you know, we've got to focus on, yeah, we can keep going. We are going to be successful. So we got help from the angels came out there, you know, we got to keep that creative flow going, because that's what's going to create, that's what's going to be fertile. And, you know, like the negative energy projections from whoever this group was, and it was somebody connected to somebody's husband, so family groups, their negative energy projections were like, you know, give up, you know, give up. That was affecting somebody's creativity here. But Spirit's saying, keep going, keep being creative, keep thinking love, and abundance, because that's fertile, right? It's fertile what you can create through the Holy Spirit, staying high vibrational. Because going into that negative, oh woe is me, give up, I can't, you know, like that suppresses the creative flow, and then that will also suppress the abundance, the money flow as well. All right, so if your creative energy is blocked, your money flow will be blocked, and your love flow, your love for life, you know, your love for creation, your fertile mind, your fertile mind that creates life. That's what they were trying to block, right? But they haven't been successful, because the holy angels were here to help. So we had the help from the angels to clear those blockages. So keep creating, collective, keep creating and being fertile, right? Don't give up, and be abundant Okay, so know that your holy angels are with you and your spirit guides are on your side, so you're not alone. So stay creative, stay producing, stay being in the flow, because they're trying to put negativity on you to stop your flow. All right, keep going. It's real. That's what's real, right? Because at the beginning of this message, we were talking about the blockages through fake negative stuff. All right, I'm going to let this go because this has already gone too long. So I'll see you in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep the flow, right?